Hyundai is aiming to compete with the Tesla Model 3 with its latest EV model, a sedan called the Ioniq 6. This four-door fits into the company's Ioniq sub-brand made up of electric vehicles and shares components with the taller and boxier Ioniq 5. This means single and dual motor configurations will be offered, with a single battery pack option. In combination with the aerodynamic shape, the standard 77.4 kWh battery pack means the 6 will provide an estimated 340 miles of driving range in certain configurations. Its styling is inspired by Hyundai's dramatic prophecy concept, and the Ioniq 6 is as quick as it is futuristic and stylish. It also offers a more luxurious interior than the Model 3 and features more on-board technology when compared with Hyundai's gas-powered Sonata and Elantra sedans. What's new for 2023? The Ioniq 6 is a new addition to the lineup. It will slot in numerically in between the Ioniq 5 and the upcoming Ioniq 7, but is a sedan with a more low-slung profile than those taller crossovers. We expect the Ioniq 6 to be slightly more expensive than the Ioniq 5, which starts at $40,925. It's likely to offer similar trim levels, although its powertrain configurations differ from the 5's. The 6 offers a single battery pack option and either a rear-wheel drive single-motor setup or an optional dual-motor all-wheel drive version. The Ioniq 6 shares a platform with the Ioniq 5, its powertrain mostly mirrors that model's offerings. The base model makes 225 horsepower and has a single electric motor powering the rear wheels. The more expensive 320 horsepower dual-motor versions provide all-wheel drive thanks to front and rear electric motors. Hyundai claims the more powerful setup can propel the Ioniq 6 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.1 seconds. Based on our first test drive, we think Hyundai's estimate is conservative and expect a quicker result once we get an Ioniq 6 into our office for testing. While the Ioniq 6's ride is smooth and its cabin is well isolated and quiet, its handling is still plenty engaging. Its low center of gravity gives it a planted feel in corners, and steering wheel paddles allow the driver to select different modes of regenerative braking on the fly. Range, charging, and battery life. The Ioniq 6 should offer around 340 miles of driving range for the single-motor version and 310 miles for the dual-motor version, although an official EPA rating hasn't been released yet for either one. Once we get our hands on an Ioniq 6, we'll run it through our 75 miles per hour real-world highway range test and update this story with its results. Fuel economy and real-world MPG. The EPA has not yet released official fuel efficiency ratings for the Ioniq 6, but we expect to see some slight improvements over the square Ioniq 5 crossover, which is rated for up to 132 mpg city and 98 mpg highway. For more information about the Ioniq 6's fuel economy, visit the EPA's website. Interior, comfort, and cargo. Hyundai has emphasized lounge-like comfort in its Ioniq models so far, and the 6 is no exception. The cabin shows a similarly modern and minimalist aesthetic as the Ioniq 5, and its flat floor aids the feeling of spaciousness inside. As a conventional four-door sedan, it offers space for 5 across 2 rows of seating. Hyundai has gone to great lengths to ensure a quiet cabin, with several layers of sound-deadening material sandwiched between the floor and the carpeting. The cargo area inside the trunk may not rival that of a hatchback or crossover, but the rear seats fold to expand the space back there. Infotainment and connectivity. Both a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and a 12.3-inch infotainment screen are offered. The Ioniq 6 uses the same software as other Hyundai models, which incorporate BlueLink for connectivity functions and link with smartphones using either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto.